Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Legendary video. Today we're going to be going over the next set of keywords for the Guardians of the Galaxy expansion. So if you don't know, these series of videos are going over each keyword. We're going expansion by expansion just to kind of give a brief overview of what the keyword does and how it's utilized during gameplay. So let's just kind of jump into it because Guardians of the Galaxy only has really one keyword and kind of a secondary mechanic or a new mechanic that's been added. So we'll go over that first, which is going to be shards. So some cards will say things like gain 2 shards, and if I play a red hero I gain another shard. Now shards are another resource in the game. They are represented by these tokens, although you can pretty much use whatever you'd like. And what they are resources that once returned back to their supply, you gain 1 attack for each one returned. They can be stored between turns, so you can save them for later. There is a limited number of them, as in they are finite. Now, I have never run into a point where I've run out of them, but if you were to run out, then you cannot, if you were to gain a shard, you just wouldn't gain anything. But from my experience, particularly in solo, I've never run out of shards. While heroes can also gain shards, or you can gain shards, villains and masterminds can gain shards, so we're looking at a villain here. This villain says, ambush, each Kree villain in the city gains a shard, so she would come out, and in this case, she would gain a shard. What this does is give her an extra attack. So now she is 6 attack. And if she were to gain any more shards, she'd be 7, 8, and so on and so forth. When you defeat a villain with shards, you take 1 of their shards and put the rest back in the supply. If a villain were to have shards and escape, you take 1 of their shards and give it to the mastermind, put the rest back in the supply. And now the masterminds can gain shards and they work exactly the same. They get +1 attack for each shard that they have on them. When you defeat them, you take 1 of their shards, put the rest back in the supply, and then you do the mastermind tactics. That's the first thing you do, because some tactics have will give shards for that stuff. So those are shards. Let's take a look at the next word. The next keyword is going to be artifact. Now you'll see things like this Star-Lord card that states artifact, once per turn, draw a card. Now what artifacts do are they're cards that you play them and they stay out in front of you for the rest of the game, or if something removes them for any reason. The important thing to note is that the turn you play the card is the only turn it can be used for another superpower. So if I had Iron Man's common card, and I forget the name of it, from the base set that gets +1 attack if you play another black hero, the turn that I play this, or +1, maybe it's like maybe it's drawing cards. I think it's the blue. So for drawing cards. So you play this, and then if I were to play that hero, I can use that effect that turn. However, the following turn, if I were to play a card that would need a black card to activate its effect, I cannot utilize it because I didn't play it this turn. However, anytime a card effect asks you to reveal a card of a certain type, if that artifact card does satisfy that, so in this case, if something said, reveal a black hero or gain a wound, I can reveal this even though it's a card I didn't play this turn. Typically what I like to do is just tuck them under the mat here to help differentiate them from the rest of the cards that I've played, and knowing that this won't go back to my discard pile when my turn ends. So let's kind of see what that looks like in action. Okay, so here's my draw hand here. I've got 2 artifacts, so we're going to play Element Guns, which is once per turn gain a shard. So we're going to play that, and the turn we play we can activate it, so we're going to go ahead and gain our shard. And then I'm going to play Implanted Memory Chip, which we just saw. Again, once per turn, draw cards. I'll get to draw my card. I have my CAC, my recruit. I'll resolve my turn and end it there. That's going to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, I don't put these back because they're artifacts. And then now my next turn happens, I'm going to resolve this effect here, give myself a second shard, and then draw a card. And that's how artifacts work. So that's going to be it for today. That's a quick overview of the keywords from Guardians of the Galaxy. Let me know if I've missed anything or if there's anything else that could be included. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.